There is no victory to be had here. There is only survival.
Number 1, a rather quick mention over here, because I've already talked about this game, I think twice earlier in the year, but if you missed it, we've got over here a brand new game by the same developers of The Walking Dead: Saints and Sinners, touted as a single-player story-driven RPG called Behemoth. I mean, here's a second trailer, not the first one they came up with, and the announcement that the game is releasing for virtual reality headsets, most of them PlayStation VR 2, PS VR 1, and PC VR by the end of summer. This is also supposed to be in-game footage.
It will take your mind. I have found no meaning to this struggle. But when the end comes for you, do not yield.
Wisdom has a price. There's always a part of you that changes. A part of you that darkens. And a part of you that dies. Over there, that pool.
Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, in case you missed out, went on and received a release window of early to mid 2024. I mean, Ninja Theory released another trailer for it, actually 2 more trailers for the game just a few days ago at the Summer Festival a while ago, showcasing some more in-game footage, and I'm not even sure anymore if it's a cinematic or just gameplay, but some kind of a story trailer and reconfirmation that the game is coming to PCs and Xbox Series X only. You probably know this, but no game ever was inspired or based upon tribe rituals to this scale. Check it out.
Senwa, what are you waiting for?
I'm here.
Watching more than one.
I know you.
Where are they?
Where are you?
What do they want?
I don't like it.
I'm scared.
This is too
Mad woman.
Their eyes.
everywhere. Can feel them boring into her.
Witch.
What is she supposed to do? Do something.
Ask.
What do you want me to do?
Lost soul who fought through hell to find us.
You were lost.
After a couple years of just nothing but a cinematic, a rather short one too, we finally received some gameplay on Avowed. I've mentioned this one before. Obsidian Entertainment's take on Skyrim, which was technically what we believed it to be, but turns out this game is even more choice driven. Like, you see, the focus is going to be specifically on the companions that you come across in the game and how their story takes yours forward, like Witcher, kind of. This game is coming to PCs and Xbox consoles as well. It's a Microsoft exclusive and due out early next year.
The way you fight, the power you wield, the secrets you keep. You're either here to save us or destroy us. So now that you have all this power, what are you gonna do with it?
Moving on, we have Legend of Ymir. This is no more just a tech demo, like I mentioned before. The game is actually being on the full development move and coming to PCs in 2024, consoles even later. It's been a while, but we finally got over here a new trailer for this game, a lot of in-game footage actually, since the only showcasing we had from it was just a revealed cinematic, and that was from 2 years ago. This game was then touted as a Norse mythology inspired MMORPG built on the blockchain. Take a look. Coming up behind that from almost a month ago, this has ever since been making Moving on at number 6, we have Abyss World, which I'm kinda new to myself. It's a third-person action RPG revolving around the hidden tales of a Nordic city called Nordinia. Here's the only trailer the developers came up with. We know the game is actually being built with the use of Unreal Engine 5, just the same as the previous one, and that it is a choice-driven story base. Abyss World is coming for PCs and the PlayStation 5 only. A precise release date though for it for 2023 is still yet to be announced.
Remember.
Coming our way roughly a few months ago, one of the lesser mentioned survival games on the horizon is in fact the most underrated, technically speaking. It's a game called AXA. It's actually coming from the same developers of Black, mainly action platformers, but this time it's actually an open world RPG survival craft based on the Viking era and the strategy tactics per se. Here's some in-game footage. AXA is on its way to PCs only sometime later this year.
Such as you. I name you Chainbreaker, child of the wolf.
Moving on to number 8, we have finally Song of Iron 2. With a release window of late 2023, it's set to be coming to PCs and Xbox consoles only. It's a Microsoft exclusive. If you don't know what this is, what we have over here is an action hack and slasher, 2D semi-Souls-like platformer, probably the best of its own kind out there that's pretty much a mix of old Shank and Diablo. Here's a trailer, another trailer. The game is much more advanced in visuals compared to the first one. There's a longer campaign apparently and more action oriented.
It's now time for we wolves of war to awaken. A Fix your eyes forward, lest you overlook the traces.
Project Awakening, you see, was originally announced for the PlayStation 4 around 4 years ago. It was a open-world action RPG Souls-like amongst the vast amount of projects in the making, and it was also probably the most visually advanced game upon reveal out of a lot of genres out there. Now here's for those of you new, see, Project Awakening is now still in development for all consoles in addition to PCs. It's not dead. A couple months ago, developers reconfirmed for a release by either late 2023 or early next year, so keep it in mind. At number 10, we have November Eve. I believe first time we're mentioning it over here on the channel, yet revealed at the Game Expo of 2021, more than 2 years ago. But here with us today with the announcement that the game is coming to PCs and the next generation of consoles only. Guys, November Eve is a Souls-like to some extent, type of an open world action RPG, quite a bit like the upcoming Crimson Desert game, in which you can ride dragons and fly around with them. Check it out.
My friend, you must gather your power. The dead mage has entered our lands with his armies.
At 11, from roughly a whole year back, we've got over here Gimli, which is described by its developers, you could guess by the eye, this isometric action RPG inspired by Norse mythology, or simply Diablo, but in Viking era. This game has been in development for PCs only for a couple years now, with a release window of 2023 so far. Here's a reveal trailer. You can wish this game on Steam too, where it says the game is hitting the market very soon, hopefully.
Dead armies. And mend the broken prophecy. Only you can defeat Arch Ludwig.
Ég hef búið á eyjunni ævilangt. Hér kynntist ég bæði fegurð og grimmd.
Number 12, it is Island of Winds. This is a adventure puzzle semi-open world game mixed with RPG action. If you like nature and exploration from a rather chill time, but with a dash of horror to it, this game is supposed to offer something like that with the occasional combat that you get to go about whilst discovering the nature. Think Skyrim and mixed with Sinuous Saga, but in its 17th century and you're in Iceland. This game is supposed to be coming out for PCs only late 2023.
Myrkur ristir láð og lög og raskar heimsins ró. Eigi má sköpum renna.
Number 13, we have Viking City Builder. It's a rather classical city building game with elements of a real-time strategy sparkled on top of it. If you look up Steam, that's exactly what it's simply written on the page, and then followed by that you can make a new place to live for your Viking brothers and sisters. Homes, longhouses, boating houses, ritual houses, and a lot more constructions from the era. If you like city building sims, this will be right up your alley. Valhalla Harbinger has been in its beta phase for almost 3 years now. This game has ever since been one of the most negatively received Viking games of all time. In fact, the folk behind the project have been making it for over 5 years, and somehow they're still kind of whatever. It's a third and first person survival hack and slasher with quite a bit of potential, but held down quite significantly for lack of quality. That said, these developers actually promised as a finished product the game will eventually turn out much better. Just keep it in mind, game supposedly coming out late 2023 in its finished state. And last but not least, we have Gord. I actually mentioned this one last time about 4 months ago, I believe, where developers described the game to be a single-player adventure strategy featuring developing societies with a dash of good old fantasy, where you complete quests, manage a bunch of settlements with different races, choosing a pretty big range of scenarios or options you get to go by. Here's a trailer, some more in-game footage. The game is now finally coming out for PCs only, August 17.
It's Dahlia's call. We've pledged to her.